What up, Gons here. In this video, I'm going to show you guys if you're trying to get better at your drum programming, because I always am. So I figured most of you are just trying to keep, improving and getting better on your drum programming, but you're kind of stuck. So I think this can help you in getting something figured out as far as like, hey, how are they doing these particular drums so that you can get better at them? So what I ended up doing was I took a track from my homie Snoozy. I always want to show him love on this. So I'm going to play, like I took a little snippet already, but I'm just going to give you guys a little preview of what it is. So you have an idea of what's going on. So here we go. Real grimy. So that's like a little snippet of that. What I did is I made a chop of it. So I just did one chop here. And again, this is just for practice and just getting better at learning how to program your beats as far as your drum patterns. So I took this section here. Now, when you probably first listen to it, you're like, man, there's a lot going on. So this is kind of where the beauty of using stems as a helper tool for yourself. So what I'm going to do is just stem everything out where it's just the drums. Now, depending on the complexity of the track, it can be where there might be other kind of things that you hear, which can actually help you as far as like learning how to add what's called ghost notes or extra little fillers so that you can add some flavor to your drums. So now this is how it sounds with just the drum stem. Again, we have little extras in there, but it's all good. Repeat it again. A good thing to notice is anything that you see that's in red here, this little red section here, this is your lower frequencies here. I know they look like a fish there. And then what's white as far as these frequencies here, it's typically going to be like a snare or a hi-hat. Anything green or kind of more melodic elements could be laser sounds or what have you. So the beauty of seeing it like this is now I have things with some space so I can see what's really going on. So really the trick is because this section here in Studio kind of stacks things together and puts it in waveforms. It's almost like a little bit of a cheat sheet in a sense. So see how I have my waveforms here? Like all set across here. All I have to do now is just click on this. And now I have the waveform of that drum underneath. So now all I have to really do is just line up where things are at to start trying to build that same kind of drum programming. I was doing this a lot when I was trying to learn how to do drum and bass drums because I didn't want to just solely rely on breaks. I wanted to be able to like add my own drum programs on top of that. So being able to see these waveforms is super clutch for practice. So all I would literally do is look at where the red low kick frequencies or sub or bass frequencies, all that, everything that kind of hangs up in that area or just hangs around in that area, that's what those represent. So I'm literally just kind of painting these in. So it's like I have my kick here, snare. Now I know somebody's going to say, well, that snare is a little off. Right now, yes, it is, but we can adjust that. I'm just trying to get like the root of this whole thing. So that's a kick. So here's my sounds, you can hear it. And then this drum kit is from the Cook and Soul pack, the Bolton drum kit. Shout out to Cook and Soul. This is hi-hats. So I have a little hi-hat pattern. So I'm going to put 3 there. Snare. Another little hi-hat kick. Hi-hat. Hi-hat. Snare. Kick. Just kind of double checking. There's the other snare. So there's like 4 of these here. Again, I'm just trying to build this. That little, that's just kind of filler sounds. We could implement other sounds that we have here in this kit. So now I'm going to go to bar 3 and 4. This looks like some more hi-hats. Let me play it back. There's a kick right there. Snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. Now we can kind of add in some fillers with those hi-hats. Another hi-hat there. Hi-hat here. Kick, more hi-hats. Now I can get fancier with it, like changing velocities to give it some flavor here. So I'm just doing that. And I'm just holding like the Windows key, or you can hold the Command key to change the velocity. I'll solo it. Not too bad. I can still add a couple more things. I can add another little snare or a little hi-hat right there. Do some velocity changes here. This is where you start to really kind of dissect what's going on with it. So I could add a little shaker in between these here. And this where it doesn't feel like it's such a daunting task trying to really program your own drums. And it gives you better insight of how to really give these drum patterns some movement. So for like this snare right here, you're going to be like, oh, well, it's on the grid. This is off. So remember, you go on the specific clip, hit the keyboard icon. Now I can just slide it over a little bit to really get it to land on where those others are landing. And then get out of your kind of keyboard mode there. And I could put a kick there. This is where I can start kind of adding flavor. Add a little conga drums there. 1, 2, and 3. Again, you're just trying to get somewhat of a blueprint that can help you. Add another one there. I can add a little shaker, just kind of filling in empty spaces there. One there. One here. You already have a hi-hat there. Little shaker there. Maybe one here. And again, I'm just trying things out. So now I'm going to mute this so I can just go back and listen to it. Maybe I can add a little, my own secondary kick. Maybe I could have added a snare right there too. There we go. That sounds better. Now I can add maybe some more hi-hats up here at the beginning. Maybe I'll just do 1, 2, 3. Even though I don't see them here, now I'm just trying to get more creative and just kind of adding my own flavor to it. Maybe add another shaker right there. And again, being able to see the waveform and the color of the waveform is super helpful just to get an idea. That's the main goal that you're trying to do, is get an idea going. Because now it's more or less just trying to fill in the space and giving it the groove that you want. Then I can, and I still haven't even touched the swing, so I can keep move this around and see if I get something different. Very swingy on that one. There we go. Again, it's going to deviate a little bit from this, but again, this is so helpful. Now I have something to work with. Now it's just being creative. Now I can just start adding maybe a clap here with a little extra reverb. Now this is where you experiment and have fun. Let me bring that down a little bit. So yeah, there you go. So again, basically take a song that you really like. So if you're trying to learn, say, Dilla sloppy drums, not even sloppy, but really off the grid, off kilter drums, you can see how far the snare is off from the grid, and then just practice. And then another good thing that you can do is once you have that pattern set, you can actually save the pattern. So if you go to the top, you might be able to see it on there. But if you go to File, there's a section called Create, and it's going to say you can save the deck preset, which saves that. But what I really want to do is click on the drum kit, create. Then you'll get this called Save Pattern. I'm gonna click on this, and then now it goes into your patterns folder here at the bottom. You can't see because my goofy head is in the way. Let me move this over real quick. There we go. So you have your patterns folder here, saved patterns. This is the new pattern that I have. So I'm just going to label this. I'm going to call it snoozy drum pattern. Snoozy drum pattern. And I'm also going to put the kit that I used. So Bolton drum kit. And then I can just put my name on there. Gods. So now I have it, and I should have learned how to spell drum better, but all good, all good. So we have that. So now, say I got rid of this, and you're gonna be like, oh crap, don't do that. So say I got rid of that. So I'm gonna go back, load that drum kit. So go to drums, Cook and Soul, Bolton. I made it 4 bars. That's what I should have did too. Information is helpful. So I'm gonna do this and call it 4 bars. 4 bar. Again, you can label it however you feel, but now if I drag this into here, the pattern shows up. Because the last thing you want is you did all that trouble trying to make it, and then you didn't save it, and you don't have it for reference anymore. So super important. Save your stuff. You worked really hard to like learn this pattern and then give it some flavor. The last thing you want to do is like, oh man, I can't find it anymore. So again, when you click on the drum kit, you go to the top, and I'm trying to get that. Yeah. It'll say create, save pattern, and then it'll go to your patterns folder here at the bottom. And then these are like collections of patterns that I have. But when you first start out, you're like, okay, just make sure you put the kit that you're using, because if you don't, I'll give you an example. So say I picked a different drum kit. There's going to be different samples there. So if they're not laid out the same way, as far as like a kick is on 1, hi-hat's on 3, shakers on 4, 5, 6, 7, this will happen. So I'm going to put a different kit on here. That works out okay. Say I put a different one here. This one. We've been lucky so far, because they have it laid out pretty similar in all these drum kits. Shout out to Cook and Soul, keeping consistency on there. But just be careful, because yeah, if you load something different that might not have the same layout, that might not work. So again, just be careful. So that's why I say, like, make sure you put the drum kit name on there so you know which one it is exactly. So if I go back to this, now I'm back on there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So find a track you really like. Essentially put it into drum mode as far as drum stems by themselves. Make 4 bars and then try to overlay the waveform, which now it flipped. So I'm just going to bring this under. There we go. Oh no. Bring it under. Bring it under. There we go. So now, again, bring the sample under the drum so you can see the waveform and everything, and it's all close together. And then you have it. So yeah, have fun creating. Any questions, let me know. Always a pleasure to help all you guys out. Feel free to leave comments below as far as what you try to like learn better drum patterns with, or it's a house track or drum and bass or hip hop. And with that, I'm gone. You guys take care. Peace out.